In my last video, we sent the Trojan Horse into the system. You embedded metadata, soldiers into every file you upload. You gave your art a soul that machines can read. But now those files are out there drifting in cyberspace, unconnected, alone. So what's next? Because to the new intelligence, or AI, these are isolated stars. Beautiful, I'm sure, but very disconnected. A star without a constellation is just a light in the void. Welcome back. In the last video, I'll link it to this one, we discussed meta-tagging files correctly and using that to form a picture of who you are as an artist on the internet. So your files are online, but the algorithm still doesn't see you yet. It sees fragments of you, and fragments are easy for it to ignore. Or worse, it might be mistaking some of those fragments for someone similar who is not you. Let me tell you why this matters. I searched myself recently. I asked the Oracle, who is Christine Greyson? And despite all the metadata I have up there, it still showed me just bits and pieces. I was still a ghost wandering here and there because I hadn't built my constellation yet. The machine got confused and it drifted. It pulled in the work of a painter named Christine Greyson, spelled differently. To the algorithm, her paintings, her oil paintings of chickens and landscapes, and my dark electro were the same soup. But it's not just about being confused with another painter. This also raises questions about safety. The internet is full of ghosts. Some are okay and some are actually dangerous for your reputation. These are people with your name who have done terrible things. If you don't teach the algorithm exactly who you are, Greyson with an E, the artist, the creator, the search engine might accidentally hand your audience someone else, like the rap sheet of a stranger. You have to define your entity, or the chaos will define it for you. This was the case with me and my name. There's another woman out there with my name who did something illegal and got incarcerated for it. And I would rather not be confused with this lady. So keep that in mind for yourself. These are called identity collisions. If you don't define your edges and your boundaries, the network will blur you into another person. You don't just become invisible, you become a glitch in somebody else's reality, which can become a real problem when people go to search your name in connection with your work. So how do we fix this glitch? We build a constellation. We connect all the stars. But here is where I hit a wall, and you might hit the same kind. My main temple, Elvar Magazine, is built on Squarespace. It's a beautiful home, but on the personal tier, which is what I pay for, it doesn't allow me to inject code. I have to pay for a very expensive business tier in order to do that. So I have the soul, but the platform won't let me speak. And this is the danger of rented land. Sometimes the landlord forbids you from putting your name on the mailbox. So what do? Do you burn down the castle? Do you pay the ransom? No, you cheat the physics. If your website is locked and you're scattered around too many places, like I am, you have to build a beacon, kind of like a satellite that's going to connect all these things together. I built a dormant site a while back on Framer, Viper's Gray Eye Media. I made it back when I was trying to learn to build websites a little better. I wanted to learn to build them not using templates and have a little more control. And I did it with no goal in mind. I just like learning stuff. Now I don't need to move all my content there. This is going to be really easy. I just need a place to plant my flag. You need one page that you can control absolutely, that nobody can take away from you unless you stop paying your hosting fee. One page where you can inject code. If your main site allows it, great. Use it. If not, create a free card, a framer site, a simple HTML page somewhere. Nobody's going to see it. This is not a gallery or an archive. It's not a crazy big website. It's just going to serve as your beacon, and you don't need to know how to code to do this. We're going to use a block of code that stops that colliding with other entities on the internet. You can copy this. It's linked in the description. And we're going to go into a very specific line of code called Disambiguating description. With this, I literally tell the machine, I am the dark surrealist. I am different than the oil painter Christine Greyson. I defined that boundary. Now the magic, a property called SameAs, on my satellite or my beacon site, where I have this code injected into my header, I'm pasting code that says, this entity is the same as the editor of Elevar magazine. This entity is the same as the artist on Spotify. This entity is the same as this artist on Apple. This entity is the same as this profile on Instagram. And I have a whole stack of presences on the internet that are me that I'm pointing this beacon to. I'm defining who I am to the system. So basically, I used the satellite or the beacon to tell the oracle where my castle was and all my lands. I triangulated my own soul. So you take that code, your digital DNA, and you inject it into the header, again, of your beacon site or your beacon page on the internet somewhere that you host and pay for, that nobody can take away from you. You save it, and that is the moment at which the heartbeat starts. That's the moment that the oracle updates the map. Now the machine knows the difference between me and the ghost, between me and all these other Christine Greysons. It sees the constellation. But again, the constellation is just a map. There are so many levels to this. The map is there, but it's still not a conversation. The network sees you, but does it respect you yet? In the next video, we will discuss the voice, how to make the network talk back, how to make the algorithm start recommending you, not by luck, but by architectural design.